this brief screencast to show you how to set up project boards in 2024. It's a little different now. So let's say we've got some organization, in this case Geo Garden Club, one of the other projects that I'm working on, and let's say we're in some kind of app here, and we want to create a project. All right, so how do we do that? Well, first we click on the project in the upper nav bar, and then we have to pull down this menu and say new project. Once that's selected, click it, and we get template. We get this dialog box that comes up. What I'm going to suggest you do is click on this board, and then we'll say, let's just call this project name M1 for no particular reason, and then we'll say create project. And now you can see we've got a project board that's got a to-do, in progress, and done columns. That's kind of perfect for our needs. And we could stop here and just say, okay, this is going to be our project board. And then the next question is, well, how do I add issues to it? Okay, so generally you're going to add issues that you want to have to go in the to-do column, at least initially. So we could have, we can click down here, and maybe we could say create app skeleton from template. So I'll type return, and this will now appear. And what you can see from this, it's called draft. That's not good. And you've got these little circles here. That's not good. We want to make this into a genuine GitHub issue. So the way you do that is you actually click on the title there, and it brings up this little drafty thing. But over here it says convert to issue, and that's definitely what you want to do. So you convert to issue. You have to select the repo that you want. Because this organization has a lot of repos, it lets you select the repo. Or maybe in your case, there's only one repo. I don't know what GitHub does when there's only one repo. You'll find out. I guess you'll at least have two. At any rate, now we have an issue, and we actually have an issue number, which means we can now edit the description field. And the first thing you generally want to say in here is, please do work for this task in a branch named issue 228, right? Which is this issue number. Okay, and this is the standard kind of first line when you're using issue-driven project management, is to remind the person taking on this issue that they need to carry out the work for this task in a branch, and that branches are always named with this issue-number syntax, which just makes it very easy when you're looking at all these branches. You know, you can tie it back to what the actual description of the task was. So let's just add a little bit here. So we want to create the initial version of the app by making a repo from the Meteor application template React template. Maybe you do this from Bofolios. Maybe you have some other app you want to make it from. You know, this is now your project. You can do it the way you want. It doesn't, I mean, you can get to the end with, in a lot of different ways. So we'll click save, and now if we go back to our template, you can see now we've got an actual issues. It's not assigned to anybody. It's in the to-do column, but we can click on it and we can see that, in fact, this is an issue, not a draft. It's open, etc. All right. So a little while later, you say, oh, I think I actually want to make this task happen. So you'll drag this issue over into the in progress column, and the next thing you need to do, if you're going to follow issue-driven project management principles, is you need to always assign it to one and only one person. Every issue in the in progress column has to be assigned to someone. I'm going to assign this to Cam. You notice I typed a couple. Sometimes it doesn't, all of your organization members don't show up in this pull-down menu by default, but if you start typing their name, you'll see, they'll show up. So now Cam has been assigned to this issue. So we go here, we can see there's Cam's icon. And Cam might hopefully make a branch from main called issue 228, goes ahead, does all this stuff, merges it back into main, everything's good, tests pass, et cetera, et cetera. And now Cam wants to say, okay, I'm done with this. So that's just about the same as, that just requires clicking the closed issue button. And now sometimes you have to refresh this. Let's refresh it. Okay. And you can see that the issue has automatically been pushed over into the done column because it was closed. That's kind of like a default action associated with this in progress column. If it doesn't move over there yourself, you can, by itself, you can move it over yourself. And there you go. Okay, so creating items, assigning them to people, making sure there are, in this case, this isn't a valid ID PM board because for each person on the team, there should be at least 2 issues in the to-do column, and everybody should always have 1 issue assigned to them. But you can see the basic steps for setting up a board.